Hi, I'm Eric Chiang, and I'm in Washington, D.C., the starting point of the 4th edition of Around the World in 80 Hours. So this year's trip takes us to Dubai and Singapore, but we're starting here in DC at the Department of Labor, where I'm joined with my friend and economist Alex Farage. Alex, what can you tell us about the unemployment rate here in the U.S.?
So the unemployment rate is at a good level currently, a level that we haven't seen in quite some time. The big focus now is on the long-term unemployed. We want to get those people back to work, and we're providing incentives to states in order to get those folks back to work. And the participation rate, we want to increase the participation rate and get more people into the workforce.
After meeting with Alex, we continue our tour of Washington, passing by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which calculates the unemployment and inflation rate, and then head to the Federal Reserve, where I meet up with Jose Vazquez, who will be joining us on this year's adventure. Hey Jose, how are you?
Hey Eric, it's amazing to be in front of the Fed. This is where monetary policy happens for the whole country.
Oh wow, it's going to be really interesting to see how it differs from Dubai and Singapore where we're going.
I know, I can't wait.
Why don't we start our 80 hours right now, and let's be back at this spot in 3 days.
Wow, let's do it.
Okay, let's go. As we head to the airport, we ponder the economic differences we'll see in Dubai, our next destination, which is ruled by Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum. We take off at 10 p.m. on a long 13-hour flight covering 7,100 miles. As we cross the Atlantic, the sun rises over Europe, and a few hours later we approach the Middle East, where we fly over Iraq and then Iran. We cross 8 time zones, and the sun sets as we approach Dubai.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dubai. The local time is 7:50. We will be taxiing for a few more minutes, so please remain.
So we made it to Dubai after our long flight.
Yeah, 13-hour flight, but this city is incredible. There's so many buildings. They really have invested heavily in the infrastructure. And the hallmark of that is the Burj Khalifa here in the background.
Burj Khalifa is the world's tallest building, and it just shows how much Dubai has invested in its infrastructure.
Yeah, and it looks like the fountains are about to start too. A lot of people looking at them.
The Dubai fountains were developed by the same developer who made the Bellagio fountains in Vegas, but only this one is even bigger.
It's twice as big.
It looks like they're playing Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Is that what it is? Wow.
Next, we head to the Dubai Mall to get some food. We pass on the American fare of Starbucks and Johnny Rockets, and instead try some local Persian food, a great way to end the night. We start the morning at the famous Palm Islands built in the Persian Gulf.
So we are at the Palm Islands here in Dubai, and this was basically created in the last 10 years. This was previously water, and they was created land out of nothing. So this is a great example of how you create one of the inputs of the production function, land, with another input of the production function, which is capital.
We're now headed to one of the most fascinating attractions in the world, Ski Dubai, where we'll be skiing while it's over 80 degrees outside.
When you think about a ski mountain, you usually think about natural resources. Well, here we are at Ski Dubai, which is an indoor ski mountain. It's a great example of capital investment and innovation, and the way man-made capital can replace land in the production function.
After skiing, we head back to downtown, passing many unique skyscrapers that were built during Dubai's incredible infrastructure boom over the last decade. We make it back to the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, where we ride the fast elevator to the observation deck called Sky. So we're at the top of the Burj Khalifa Tower. This is 148 floors of the world's tallest building. You can see all of Dubai from this level. Our time in Dubai is up, so we head down the elevator and back to the airport, where we'll be boarding an overnight flight on Singapore Airlines. We take off and fly 7 hours and 3,500 miles across India, crossing 4 more time zones and landing in Singapore the following morning. made it to Singapore. We're standing in front of the Raffles Hotel, which traces its roots back to its British colonial days.
So Singapore achieved its independence in 1965, and we are here in front of the Merlion, which is a symbol to strength and prosperity.
Today, Singapore is a shopper's paradise with no trade barriers at all, creating fantastic shopping in its many malls and the famous Orchard Road. But first, we need some Singapore dollars.
Wow, so we just got some money here in Singapore, and this money is made of plastic. So currency here in Singapore is made of plastic, which is a lot more durable.
Singapore is one of the cleanest and safest countries in the world, but there are certainly a lot of rules to follow, including harsh penalties for spitting, jaywalking, and chewing gum. Fortunately, we had each other to make sure that we didn't break any laws. One of Singapore's newer attractions is the Sands Marina Tower and the Sky Park with fantastic views. The Sands Marina is also the largest casino in Singapore, and its gaming revenues has allowed it to spend on luxuries such as the world's highest infinity pool. Such spending has led to a multiplier effect throughout Singapore. Our visit to Singapore has come to an end, so we're back at the airport to start our journey home. We take off on a 7-hour, 3,300-mile flight, crossing one time zone to Tokyo, where we connect to a longer 13-hour, 6,800-mile flight, and crossing our final 11 time zones, including the international dateline, allowing us to land in Washington, D.C. the same day, and giving us just an hour to make it back to our starting point. Jose, we made it back to our starting point in Washington, D.C.
I know, we traveled over 20,000 miles, so economic concepts all over the world, and we did it all in less than 80 hours.
Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and we'll see you again next year.